everyone, my name is Tessa Barry and I am from the island of Grenada, popularly known as the Spice Island or the Isle of Spice. This is my first attempt to highlight the spices that can be found on the island of Grenada. So this is the first in a series of talks where we'll be speaking about each of the spices that you can find. And the first one we'll be talking is turmeric. There is a vegetable that has all the properties of saffron, but yet it is not saffron. The smell, the color, but it is not true saffron. True saffron is actually from a flower, and Marco Polo pointed out, although it has all the properties of saffron, it smells like saffron, it doesn't taste like saffron, but it gives the color as saffron, but it is not true saffron. And this is turmeric. So you might be wondering, what is the origin of this spice? This spice actually comes from southern India, where currently 90% of the world's turmeric is still traded in that country. Traditionally in India, it was used as a cosmetic where they created a face mask for the face. It was also used as a dye, a fabric dye, and surprisingly, it has this properties that it was used as a ritual for wedding ceremonies where both the bride and the groom would color themselves with turmeric water, preparing them for this special occasion on the night of their wedding ceremony. Also in rituals, religious rituals, it was worshipped, for example, in Persia, where they spoke about the plant that turns to the color of the sun. So currently in India, still that spice is very, very important and popularly used. If you pick up a piece of turmeric and you ask a Grenadian, what is this? Most likely they will tell you saffron. Because locally, everyone calls turmeric saffron. And we use it to color our foods, and it's one of the most popular ingredients in our national dish known as oilong. It is used to color that dish and flavor it. So that's a major use that you can find for turmeric. And apart from what the locals using it in dishes, apart from oilong, we also use it in other dishes. So for example, you might find it in coloring your vegetable rice. You might find it in your curry crab and dumpling where you put some turmeric in it. So many other culinary purposes the locals use turmeric for. Also, turmeric is the main ingredient in curry powder. So if you've never used turmeric before, or you thought you have never used turmeric before and you're a user of curry powder, you're actually using a lot of turmeric since it's the main ingredient in curry powder. Also mustard. How many of you love your mustards on your hot dogs and so? Mustard, the turmeric is also a popular ingredient in mustard, and it's also the coloring that is used for margarine. So turmeric is very popular for culinary purposes. Persons use it to color beverages also, and cakes and yogurts. Turmeric is also used as a coloring in these foods.
The people using saffron to put in oilong. But it's now as we get in wider scope, people start using it now for different reasons, health-wise, especially a lot of people use saffron now for health purposes, post-circulation in the food, and those things saffron help a lot. But the tradition way of using the turmeric was only when you're cooking up oilong, your parents tell you, go and get some saffron for me, I'm going to give the neighbor for some saffron for me, because they want to put it in their oilong. That was the main use of turmeric was used for.
Not only is turmeric popularly used for its culinary purposes, it is also used for medicinal purposes. In ancient Asia, for example, turmeric was used to treat ulcers, to treat other gastric ailments, and it was popularly used in homes as a remedy for the common cold, where it was mixed with milk and honey and laced with the turmeric juices and then drink to treat the common cold. Popularly, most persons know that turmeric contains anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that are used to treat internal injuries and sprains. Research is currently being done to determine the importance of turmeric for treating things like Alzheimer's, cancer, and arthritis. And locals also use it to boost their immune system. So you mix it with your ginger and your lime. And currently with what is going on with COVID, it would not hurt you to mix your turmeric with your ginger and lime to help boost your immune system.
I personally use it for cleansing. I use it for clot in blood also, keep my blood thin. Instead of using the aspirin, you use the saffron. And then for strain, if you get like a jug in the land, you could grate the saffron, you put a little fine salt on it, and you put in a clot and you band the way you get the strain, and then that'll happen now maybe in a day or two, you will get released.
So in terms of its processing, how do you use it? You can actually use turmeric fresh, so you can wait, and when you're ready to use it, you actually go and you pick a piece from your backyard, wash it, make sure you wash it properly, and you can use it just as fresh. Some people slice it very thinly and dry it, so then you can use dried turmeric also. And the dried turmeric can also be grounded into a powdery form and used as a powder. So you can actually use it in more than one stages. You use the fresh, use dried, and use in a powdery format. So have you ever thought about planting turmeric on your own? Most Grenadians, if you check their backyard, you might find a piece of turmeric. It is actually pretty easy to grow. Now it is grown from what we refer to as a rhizome that is found under the ground. So you use it, it's a root crop, and it has the mother rhizomes and the finger rhizomes. The mother rhizomes is what you use for planting, and out of that you get the finger rhizomes. It best thrives in sandy, loamy soil to about 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. And you might wonder, how long do I need to wait after I plant turmeric? It takes about 7 to 9 months for maturing. And how do you know when it's time to harvest? When you see the leaves start turning yellow or brownish, then you know that your turmeric is ready. This is just a couple tips for if you want to grow turmeric on your own. But for more information, you can actually refer to the Ministry of Agriculture page, where there is an entire manual that can be found on growing turmeric.
The thing we have is fertile soil. So let's pull the riches from it. Right? I could do 200,000 pounds of saffron a year if I know I'm getting it sell.
So what's the way forward? I would encourage us as locals to increase the use of turmeric, not only in our pots, but also in our beverages, and maybe a little bit of experimenting to see how we can use it for cosmetic purposes. We may want to increase the use of it locally, and this basically would help the farmers on the market, those who farm turmeric, and maybe eventually we get some export for it and increase the export of turmeric.
Even if you do the saffron and local, you're still unable to consume. You're still unable to consume, because what happens when you buy a little packet of saffron, it could last you a long time. Right? A pound of saffron could last you over a year and more, because the amount you have to use is a small scope. And if you go to do it just for the local market, then you won't have volume. You understand? There's no need for volume. Like, I have a cousin of mine that does dig the saffron, clean it, dry it, and he does sell it maybe for about $25–30 a pound, which is not bad. But if the market was wide locally, then he could have been doing a lot more sale. But when he do about 50 pounds, he can't do more for the year.
I am encouraging you, plant piece of turmeric in your yard. But remember, if you already have a spice in your yard, plant another. And if you don't, plant a spice. This month, plant piece of turmeric. This has been the first in the series of the IAmSpice vlog series, and we have been talking turmeric.